Long ago, before the seasons changed, the cricket could soar. He soared quicker than the wasp, he soared higher than the falcon, and he soared more elegantly than the butterfly. Cricket flew all around the earth. He flew east, then he flew west, and then he flew south, but he had never flown north. Ant tried to warn him not to. "The air is too chilly in the north," said Ant. "It's too chilly for an ant, and it's too chilly for a cricket." But Cricket did not heed, because crickets do what they please. That very night, he set off for the north. It didn't take him long because he was incredibly swift and graceful. As the sun set, Cricket landed by a pine tree. Everywhere he looked was covered in snow. There was snow on the trees, there was snow on the ground, and there was snow on the mountain tops. Deer walked slowly toward him. "Oh, hello," said Deer. "Stay warm, night is coming." Cricket did not heed, because crickets do what they please. He flew to a pine tree to get a good night's sleep. He did this swiftly because he was an incredibly swift and graceful flyer. Owl flew to the same branch. "You should find shelter from the frigid night," said Owl. Cricket did not heed, because crickets do what they please. He decided to rest on a pile of branches. All that amazing swift and graceful soaring made him sleepier than ever before. Cricket slept all night until morning. When he woke up, he was ready to fly home and tell Ant about his journey. He jumped high into the air to start soaring, but he couldn't. Instead, he fell back into the snow. He jumped again, even higher, but his wings didn't work. They had frozen in the frigid night. He tried to warm them by rubbing them together, but it didn't help. Cricket had to hop all the way home. It took him days and days to get back. By the time he returned, the ice on his wings had nearly melted. This time, when he rubbed them together, they made a chirping sound that no one had ever heard before. And each time he rubbed them, they chirped a little louder and warmed up a little more. It's important to know that wings are special and delicate things. They should always be treated with the greatest care. They are not meant to be frozen, and once frozen, they may never be the same. Even though Cricket's wings were no longer frozen, he still couldn't soar. And since then, Cricket stays on the ground, hopping from place to place like his friend Ant. And now Cricket is the swiftest and most graceful jumper there is. At night, you can hear him chirping as he tries to stay warm by rubbing his wings together. But he does much more than that. Cricket tells you how hot or cold it is by chirping. When it's warm, he chirps faster, and when it's chilly, he chirps slower. This way, you won't make the same mistake he did. But this only works if you decide to listen.